Did you ever watch any Steven Seagal movies growing up?
I saw them on. I never purposely watched a Steven Seagal movie.
Did you ever see Under Siege?
No.
The one where he was like the cook on the naval ship?
No.
Or I don't know if it was even a naval ship. Anyway, he's on this ship. He's like a cook. And then some people are like bad guys that show up. And he's like, I'm Steven Seagal also. I'm not just a cook. And then he starts doing Steven Seagal things to people. You know, because he had his weird way of fighting in small spaces and just being like, I'm Steven Seagal. Somehow I move the wind with my arms and knock people down.
I knew of him, but like I don't think I ever watched any of his movies now.
He, like many stars from the late 80s and early 90s, is a pretty ridiculous human being. He is one of those guys that has been up his own ass for so long, he actually believes his bullshit.
And I only know this, what little I do know, because you've watched this video and you were cackling. I specifically remember we were at the Arby's drive-thru and you were having tears rolling down your face and you're like, babe.
I tried to get you to watch it then.
And I was like, I didn't know who JonTron was. You had just really started reacting with Nate a lot.
Yeah.
And so you were like going down that rabbit hole and you were like, you have to watch this. And I was like, I really don't care.
Again, thank you guys so much for this, because now I have an excuse to make Nikki watch these videos. Yeah. But you don't understand,
you did get me to watch parts of this video.
Yeah, the clips of him being a fucking moron
something
as
about
much as I could.
Running weird or something?
Yes, the weird run part.
Yeah.
So, you don't have the perspective of Steven Seagal coming from, like, a kid who was into action movies back in the 90s.
Right.
Like, it is ridiculous watching some of these things that he does in movies and then actually knowing, like, this is Steven Seagal. Like, there's no fucking way that this guy, he has just been able to bullshit his way to fame in the most ridiculous way, but it's like just ridiculous. Like, anybody would know better.
So when you were a kid, were you like, this dude's a badass?
No, he was my least favorite by far. He was my least favorite. Yes. And then later on, it would be like, I guess it started in the early 2000s. You would hear a story like on VH1, you know how they had news of like celebrity gossip and shit on there, but you would always hear like, Steven Seagal said this shit about somebody. And then they'd be like, fucking Steven Seagal?
Oh, like trying to start shit?
He's like, talk shit on everybody. Like, you know how Ric Flair does in character? And like The Rock and Stone Cold.
That's just
and like,
who he is.
But in actual interviews, they'll be like, you know, bring up some like fucking actually respectable fighter. And he'll be like,
oh, I could whip his ass.
Yeah, right. And it's just like, dude, look at you, you fucking lump. Like, what are you talking about?
He's a strange person. Yeah.
Yes, he is incredibly
strange.
But it's not
like you hear a lot about Steven Seagal today. So, like, what's he up to?
Too much. One of the last, like, relevant things that I saw of Steven Seagal was a few years ago out in the wild. And it was him on some show where he had like a Louisiana accent all of a sudden, and he was a police officer and like actual police officer in Louisiana.
Like he was playing that role?
No. That's not true. That is not true. He was in some kind of like Amazon Prime movie that you can't find anywhere, where he had like dark, blacked out just for men goatee and looked like a literal human bulldog. Like his jowls just, he looks fucking awful. But yeah, he really thinks that he's it, man. Like it.
It's interesting though, because you have people like that, and then what if somebody just came along and like kicked their ass, just destroyed them?
Well,
would they be like, no, that didn't happen?
There's a legend of some kind about him calling somebody out and them like choking him out like a legitimate wrestler, like a legitimate, what they call old school shoot wrestlers were hookers, because they'd hook your arms and like fuck you up, but like they called them hookers.
That makes more sense to me than the other one.
Yeah,
but I don't know the origins.
But
of that.
me either. We should investigate that, or you'll probably let us know
in the comments below. We're on our Discord.
But yeah, there's somebody that like put him out, like put his lights out, and he shit himself. I'm pretty sure. There's a few, like, I'm a professional wrestler, so I've heard several stories like that about people. Like, it happens when you lose consciousness sometimes.
Yeah.
So I've heard stories about a lot of people being, choked out and shitting themselves, but I think he's one of them.
Embarrassing. That's like for me.
Well, especially when you're like,
I'm Billy Badass
that's when it's
over
the
here.
most embarrassing. You take a body slam from a guy and you get jarred and shit yourself. If you're the guy that's like trying really hard, then it's like, oh, that sucks. But if you're the guy that's like, fuck everybody, and you shit on yourself, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, people definitely get the rights to make fun of you.
One more side story and we'll get to the video, I swear to God. But I was in high school with a guy whose nickname was Shrek, and he won the state championship in wrestling for the state of Virginia in the heavyweight division because he bear hugged the guy and the guy shit on himself. He was so strong that like they locked up and he had him and he just like picked him up and squeezed and the guy shit in a singlet, in front of everybody at the state championship, dude.
Well, you have to be nervous. I know that whenever like
they're
I do
cutting weight
anything,
and
I
shit,
get the nervous poops.
Yeah.
Like right before like I was doing derby, like we would have to go out there like practice time and stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun. But then when you actually had to like compete against people.
Yeah, wrestlers are always sick. Like wrestlers and fighters and shit are always sick and dehydrated and shit because they're like trying to cut weight and trying to do all this. So their like immune systems are like bottom of the fucking barrel.
Their stomach
it's all bad.
So
they do so many bad things themselves for the sake of their sport. So it is what it is. But I bet you he had just like eaten a big buffet or something. Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah, because this isn't gonna bother me.
Right. Well, he didn't know it was gonna happen. I don't know if that story's in this video, so we should just fucking watch it. But I really want to tell it. But we'll just watch it. If it's not in the video, I'll tell it afterwards.
Okay.
Before we start today's video, I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor. And you know who that sponsor is?
Look at that beautiful hair.
Okay, you're not gonna believe this. That's Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play dark fantasy RPG game available to play on your phone, tablet, and computer. With cross-platform capabilities, you can switch from playing on your phone to a computer with ease. And brand new to Raid is the Tag Team Arena. Tag Arena is the next level of competitive PvP battles, where you face off in a best-of-3 4v4 battles. Whichever team wins 2 matches wins the series. And as you progress through the campaign, you'll collect new and unique champions and gear, so you can customize your team the way you like to play. If you're a competitive player, you can earn special rewards if you finish high in the rankings. So, what are you waiting for, Go to my description, click the link, and download Raid Shadow Legends today. Ow. If you're a new player, you'll get 50,000 silver, 50 gems, 5 mystery shards, 1 energy refill, 1 day XP boost, 1 clan boss key, and a free champion, Executioner. This champion is super strong, and like I said, you'll get him completely free by signing up with my link below. You'll find your extra rewards here in your inbox for the next 30 days only. This guy, Steven Seagal.
Look at this guy.
I don't know how he's been, the places he's been and accomplished what he's accomplished. I always just knew him as a 90s action movie star with the likes of Jean-Claude Van Damme and Arnold Schwarzenegger, beating people up.
See, like, what is he doing?
What proofs?
Putting asses in seats at the movie theater, generally not being batshit crazy afterwards.
You still fine?
Yes, I do.
You still dangerous?
But Steven Seagal could not manage that last bit, unfortunately.
С большим останавливающим действием. What caliber is this?
So here you have it. The many sides of this fragmented man. May we try to piece him back together like Humpty Dumpty. He is kind of an egg guy, if I'm being honest. So Steven Seagal is trained in an art called Aikido, or so he says. It's basically an art where you just You just flip a guy. You just throw a guy. That's what it is. Dude, I'd be careful if I were you. That's a dangerous man.
Wait.
But I'd be remiss if I didn't point out the central aspect of Aikido, in which that it is a fakey fake, not real bullshit martial art. Ironically, if you look at it, most of the real skill here comes from the people pretending they're falling. So, that's probably a good sign of things to come.
So he's a wrestler.
I don't know what you're talking
Steven Seagal
about.
was an action star, huh?
Get him, man.
Well, what about Steven Seagal, the musician?
That you gonna have to see. I got $700, baby. Ain't you gonna make me?
Dr. Bill, make this bill, Tony. It's quite easy to do soul singing, you know what I'm saying?
Before I was born, you gotta watch out, coming.
What the fuck? It's like started soulful but ended with a threat. It was like, you better watch your back. Literally, actually, seriously, watch your back. Yeah!
He's here. Everybody knows I'm here.
Okay, that one was straight up gibberish. I believe I heard. That's genuinely what I heard.
I'm Russian. My family are from Vladivostok and Belarus, and you know. I'm a Russian Mongol, and I'm Russian. My father was a Russian Mongol, so these people are Russian Mongols.
That's right, it's real. That's Vladimir Putin shaking hands with Steven Seagal. How does it even happen? Was Vladimir Putin just like a fan of Under Siege or something?
Quite some time ago.
С самого начала говорили о том, что если это произойдет.
I like to think Vladimir Putin just has no idea who Steven Seagal is. He's just like, okay, yeah. Who is this again? Foreign minister to Switzerland? Okay.
Это произойдет, то это я вас, во-первых, хочу с этим поздравить.
First, I'd like to congratulate you on this occasion.
Mr. Putin wants you to know that he thought you were the foreign minister to Switzerland, and he was mistaken, but he's going to go ahead with it anyway. Congratulations, Mr. Seagal.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, act like you're at least a little happy to see him, Vlad. I mean, I know you're not in reality. Nobody would be. But at least act happy. I mean, for Christ's sake.
So there, at the bottom, you have to sign it.
Whoa, what's with the fucking gnarly thumbnail? You're gonna go
Whoa,
of Russia,
dude, it was like yellow.
Yeah.
Fucking Crypt Keeper
Fungusy.
fingers, especially when it's gonna be like up close on television. What the fuck?
Oh.
You know, Vlad's like looking at like his gnarly thumbnail, like, please, I'm gonna have to shake that hand. Oh, there it goes!
Oh, come on.
I'm weak.
So happy to see him again. That's all.
It's really been a pleasure. By the way, just saying, huge fan of your annexation of Crimea.
Храню все ваши.
You are a great big fat man. Round, I thought was strong, slim man. No, you're like a Russian potato. But believe it or not, old Vlad is actually not the only Eastern Bloc president that Steven Seagal has graced with his presence, as seen here when he visited the president of Belarus, Alexander Lukashenko, at his official residence in Minsk. Because you can't make it up, really. You can't make it up.
Welcome.
Привет, дорогой. Привет.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, you go to the White House, all right, you go to Downing Street, they're gonna give you a cup of coffee and a cake. Not so in Belarus, all right? You go to the Minsk Palace, all right, they're gonna shred you a couple carrots live. Look at this man, how does he look so out of place everywhere he is? Look at that posture, all right? That posture asserts, I don't know where I am, I want my mommy, I'm lost.
Кушай здоровье, это очень полезно.
Steven, go easy, what the fuck? Did you skip lunch? How hungry were you?
У нас природа не позволяет их сделать.
He looks absolutely lost. He's like, yes.
Whatever you say.
Yeah, if you don't
Oh,
know
it's
what
time
he's
for
saying.
the watermelons. Dimitri, good boy. Bring Steven the watermelon.
Nice.
Check that thing out, all right? We don't got much of a GDP, but check that out. That's some soil we got in my backyard.
Nice.
Oh, I keep it? Oh, all right. Cool, we got... All right, yeah, that's your thing. Watermelons, carrots. It's a bit fucking weird, but...
Yes, the lawman.
But he's not only Russian, okay? He apparently had a brief stint as a cop or something on the New Mexico border. I don't know what made him qualified for such a position, but somebody apparently thought it a good idea to hire him, which is why we are now going to be treated to a video titled, and I quote, Steven Seagal trains Americans how to stop school shooters using guns and martial arts. Good luck stopping a school shooter using martial arts, I'm just saying. Stop, boy! Oh! Oh! That was a high caliber round!
America's war on gun crime is being fought on many fronts. But now the world's most powerful country has a new weapon. Yes, all-action hero, Steven Seagal.
What?
Right?
The Under Siege star took time out from the bright lights of Hollywood to train posse volunteers in Arizona.
Posse volunteers? What do you mean volunteers? I thought these were cops. Wait, better question, what the fuck is a posse volunteer? The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office volunteer posse consists of non-compensated positions made up of people from all walks of life who want to assist law enforcement as a way to give back to their community. Now, is school shootings really the proper domain for the volunteer contingent of society? Shouldn't the most absolutely highly trained veteran forces be taking on these kinds of tasks? And shouldn't Steven Seagal always have literally nothing to do with it?
Yeah, you're not doctors and lawyers, you're cops right now.
You take that Hippocratic oath, you scrunch it up, put it in the trash. You're here to shoot the child, but only the child with the weapon.
When you yell at somebody, get down on the ground, they gotta do it. If they don't do it, you gotta make them come quick. For every second that goes by, you could be losing children.
I like how Steven Seagal, you could see him just for a moment there calculating the optics of talking about mounds of dead kids. For every second that passes, we're gonna be losing children? That's good, right? It's good for the TV?
The most precious asset we have as a society and as human beings is our children.
Which is why I've come here to this playground to recapture my youth.
God.
But he's a dangerous youth, don't get me wrong. You boy of 12 with a shotgun, unhand your weapon. Don't make me do this. Son of a bitch. If they think they can keep extorting the children of this community with 10-cent price hikes on SpongeBob Pops, but they're dead wrong. It turns out, pretty cool guys, actually.
But not everyone agrees. It's the brainchild of controversial Arizona Police Chief Joe Arpaio, dubbed America's toughest sheriff.
I'm going to say it again. For those protesters, we are here to protect the children. That's the main mission. They can say whatever they want, but I'm not going to stop.
And with a 6'4", 7th dan black belt as his sidekick, who would disagree with that?
Yeah, like, what is he doing?
How long has Steven Seagal been standing behind me? Why is Steven Seagal standing behind me? If that weren't enough, he had his own series called Steven Seagal Lawman.
Yes, dude, I've
working
seen
as an
that.
officer in Jefferson Parish for 2 decades under most people's radar, said Seagal in premiere episode The Way of the Gun. Okay.
Once a year, every officer has to qualify with firearms in order to use their pistol on duty. And next week is Alex's test. See how it goes right where I want it?
Yes, sir.
Right there.
Now, most people don't know this, but when the bullets are in the gun, okay, watch closely. Did you see that? Most people don't know that.
If I don't pass weapons qualification,
I'm afraid Mr. Skull's gonna hurt me. Really, he's a scary man. He's an intimidating man. He's also, if I could use a turn of phrase, off his fucking rocker.
I'm trying to pass down some of the secrets that have made me a master shooter. I don't want to just help Alex pass this test, but I want him to be a better marksman for life.
Yeah, it's kind of the idea, isn't it?
Both in the same hole, buddy.
Good luck, chap. Not through the bullet hole. It's a failed test. Nice try.
Oh! Guess who's buying beer tonight, boy?
Damn. I guess it's me. I guess I'm buying beer. here. Damn. That's Steven Seagal's whole racket, isn't it? He just tells someone to do something impossible. They can't do it. And then he goes, hey, oh, look who's paying my mortgage this month. Ha ha!
Cheese for all right there.
What?
Cheese for all right there.
No.
Right there.
He knows what he's doing. And he knows how to put lead on target.
Lead on target. Oh, for fuck's sake, dude.
You know, being a lifelong practitioner of the martial arts, I try to teach everyone not to fight the recoil of the weapon, but more to become one with the weapon and let it be an extension of their body.
Which is exactly why, in case you were wondering, my hands look like this. Okay? When they said firearm, I didn't know they meant it literally. Yeah, no, but I do miss eating food normally.
Fuck, I can't. Yeah.
After what I seen today, he could take a gnat off a fly's ass.
You got the Asian kind of Zen lesson. You're not doing this anymore, you're doing this.
Okay, we were seeing a lot of this kind of movement, right? Now, we're seeing a bit more...
From the time you started till the time we finished, I felt like you learned something.
Good. See, I believe that was the point, I think. So, good. All right, okay, so we've heard about Steven Seagal, all of those things. But what about Steven Seagal, the man? You know, the person, the human being behind it all. We always ask, what is Steven today? But we never ask, how is Steven today? Right? So let's watch an interview with the man himself. It's an interview he did with The Voice. Should get a little accurate representation of who he is, right?
Welcome to Scottsdale, Arizona. Welcome to The Voice Versus. Hello, everybody. I'm Michael Chiavello.
I'm glad you said your own name, mate, because I wasn't going to be able to pronounce it.
So sit back and strap yourselves in for the longest interview ever conducted with Steven Seagal.
Before he got distracted and left, okay? We had him in that chair for like 26 minutes straight.
Steven Seagal, thanks for joining me on The Voice Versus. It's an absolute pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah.
How did it come to be Aikido that was your chosen art?
Well, actually, I started studying karate at a very young age.
Don't hurt yourself, dude, all right? We don't want smoke coming out of those ears. This is your longest interview ever. We're only about 15 seconds in.
Sort of lied about my age and got a job washing dishes at a restaurant. I think it was called the Wagon Wheel or something like that. And there was a cook there, because back then in America you didn't really have dojos around.
I was working at this restaurant, don't remember the name of it. There was a cook there, but back then you didn't really have dojos. Right. Understood, Steven. Understood.
They were all sort of underground or quietly teaching.
Okay, back then it wasn't sanctioned, okay? It wasn't exactly legal. Bit taboo. You go on the street, you say the words kung fu, all of a sudden you're in the back of a SWAT van.
One of the cooks there was a guy called Sakamoto Sensei, and he was a Shotokan guy and an Okinawan Shorin guy.
In short,
he was a guy.
This guy was a guy.
He saw that when I was washing the dishes and moving around that I moved very fast.
Hey, that guy back there, is he a karate master?
He has like the way. Yeah.
No. How exactly do you wash a dish in a fashion that will impress a martial arts master?
We demonstrated karate at this place that they had, which was a theme park, like a Japanese theme park.
You know, it was like a regular theme park, you know, like with roller coasters, except it was Japanese.
You did an Aikido demonstration and Warner Brothers was blown away and boom, Steven Seagal became a movie star. Is that true? And if not, how did it happen?
I hate to admit it, that is true.
Okay. You met Bruce Lee.
True,
Tell me about your experiences with Bruce and what was he like and how did you get on with him?
I thought Bruce was a really great guy, really cool guy. And I thought James Coburn was a great guy too, and I'm really sorry they're all gone. And when Brandon was killed like that, they called me a few minutes after it happened. It was in Carolina somewhere. They called me in the middle of the night and they said,
You think it'd be more like, yeah, but Steven, but it was
we think that he's dead, but the guy shot a blank gun at him. How could he be dead?
Steven, we need to talk to you, dude. Okay, we shot like a blank gun at Brandon Lee, and now he's like bleeding from the stomach and dying, dude. Why is he dying? What do we do?
I don't remember this part at all.
No, we didn't call an ambulance. We're calling you, dude.
I said, you will find a projectile in him. You'll find a bullet in him. And they said, that can't be. You're crazy.
Steven, what are you gonna tell me? Pigs are flying next, okay? All we did was shoot a gun at him. We're gonna find a bullet. Why did they even call you instead of the paramedics?
And I said, you will find a bullet in him. And they called me in the morning. They said, you're amazing. And I said, why? And they said,
Brandon's dead. It was a bullet. You rock, dude.
I can go through the whole story on what really happened, which most people don't know, but...
I could go on all day telling about bullets and my friend. You don't want to hear that. But do you? Because I'll keep going.
Who's the most legitimate Hollywood tough guy, in your opinion?
When you say tough guy, do you mean martial artist or just tough guy?
I mean,
you can tell just like right out the gate, he's like, it's Steven Seagal, but like I thought you knew that, so like are you asking for me to confirm it's Steven Seagal, or are you really curious? 'Cause it's pretty obvious.
I mean, Steven, for real, if he was on the street and there was a situation, you wanted this Hollywood guy by your side because he could defend himself.
Fucking hell, look at this guy's shit-eating grin.
Michael J.
Can I laugh in your face?
Can I laugh in your face? Really?
Really?
Michael J. White.
Yes.
Thoughts on Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Can I laugh in your face?
Oh my God, Steven Seagal is such a dickhead.
Chuck Norris?
I mean, Chuck is in his mid-70s. He's probably 76 years old.
I don't think anyone with a sprayed-on hairline has the authority to be going around calling anyone else geriatric. Oh, that Chuck Norris, all right? Last I seen, he was using a walker.
So, I mean, I don't really want to get into, on film anyway, you know, who's a tough guy. Do I think Michael is a tough guy? No. Do I think he's a martial artist? No. Do I think Jean-Claude's a tough guy or martial artist? No.
Only one guy left who could be the tough guy. This guy's response on the other end, it was just...
Oh.
Are you always armed?
Yes.
Right now, if I was to look around this room, would I find an arm of some sort that you've brought with you?
Yes.
Thank you for joining us on the show today, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, he absolutely does not look like Steven Seagal. So, he did not look like Steven Seagal. Does he not look... Is it gonna focus?
That's who Nikki thinks JonTron looks like.
Everybody loves
right
Raymond. I don't know his last name. Raymond... whatever.
Ray Romano.
Ray Romano. It's
That's
not
right
even,
here.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I don't know. He looks more like him than he does Steven Seagal. But that's what I was thinking. Whenever he would pop up, it would crack me up because I was like, it looks like that dude from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah. Gene LaBelle is the guy who choked Steven Seagal out and made him shit himself because he was trying to act like he was too badass for anybody to touch him. And Gene LaBelle was this old man, but he was also like a badass grappler. So he was just like,
okay,
all right, I'll set this here mop bucket down and choke your ass out and you shit on yourself in front of everybody.
Like, I don't know a lot about the actors that guy was referring to, but like, I imagine Jean-Claude Van Damme could kick Steven Seagal's ass.
Wait. See, this video says Ronda Rousey says she'll make Steven Seagal poop himself like her uncle Gene LaBelle did.
Wow.
I didn't know that was her uncle.
I don't know.
That's pretty crazy. But anyway, big old lump of bullshittery is what Steven Seagal
Wait
is.
a second, though. I remember something about the video that you showed me was of him running weird. What was that?
Right. It's a whole other thing.
That's not from this video?
I don't think so. Like, there's a lot of shit about Steven Seagal that's ridiculous.
No, I thought that I remembered the first video that you ever showed me was part of Steven Seagal, JonTron, and it was of him, like, Running weird. I don't
Before
know.
we start today's video,
Type in Steven Seagal running. Steven Seagal poop pants. Steven Seagal run weird. Come town? What the fuck? So this is what I remember.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I watched any of that.
Yeah, there's a song.
I guess you just went down this
look
rabbit hole of Steven Seagal after that, because I kept waiting for this part to be on JonTron video and it wasn't. So anyway, he flails his yeah it's like when it gets like the Running Man. Like, why does he
has
winds his arms? Oh, you're running up a hill. That's
I don't know, man. He is a very, very odd creature.
Well, it's like he got like a lot of fame and then it like went directly to his head. It just seems like he never
I
came
don't
down.
know. I think he's the kind of guy that started breathing oxygen and his existence just went to his head. Have you ever met those people? Like, listen,
Yes.
I was very lucky to have a lot of friends throughout school. I had moments where people picked on me, or at least they tried to, and then I turned into a wild mongoose. Like, I was never the guy, you know. But I was really lucky, you know, to have a lot of friends and not have to deal with so much fucking bullshit. So, like, I always used to try to be friends with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? But there were, you know, some people that, you know, would have been considered nerds or like losers or whatever. And I would approach these people like trying to be nice, just be friendly and be cool with them. And dude, some were just the major assholes with like attitudes you would expect to come from like the main jock.
They just had their defenses up because they thought you were going to be mean.
I don't know. I don't think so. Because it was even after that point where I was like, no, it's all good. Everything's fine. I'm trying to be. And they're like, maybe it's fine for you. Kind of, you know, like, and I'm just like, oh my God, dude.
Damn.
Like, I'm trying to just be over here to be nice. I see you're by yourself and maybe lonely or whatever. And now
they're by themselves for a reason.
And now, like, you're making me feel like shit for no reason.
Yeah, I'm trying to
like,
be nice to you.
they started picking on me. I was like, what the fuck? And my feelings would be hurt, you know? The same shit with like people who work at video game stores a lot. Like, I've run into some pretty cool ones, but usually it's GameStop. And usually they are like,
they know everything
roll
about
their
everything.
eyes about every fucking thing, and it's just like, what the fuck? Those are the two places where I've run into like alpha nerds that are like
alpha nerds.
You know, like,
no, I know that.
like,
just, yeah,
totally. Like, I'm totally a nerd.
Chad
you know,
is a nerd.
But like nerds that will like try and
Like
pick
bully
on
you.
you.
Like
Yeah,
bully
like
nerds.
what the fuck?
Yeah, that doesn't
This is
make
some
any
kind of
sense.
like evil monster in an 80s horror film or something. Like the kid that gets picked on and gets toxic waste dumped on him, and then he turns into this huge monster and can demolish everybody. But yeah, Steven Seagal maybe was like that. You know, I would imagine Steven Seagal.
But like talking about like martial arts and how he was like.
He actually like went to Japan like super young and like really went to all this shit. Like, yeah, see, that's the thing. It's not like, it's like there's video of him with Vladimir Putin and shit. It's just like, but how does that coexist with this absolutely, somebody who's like absolutely a joke?
Like the video at the beginning when he was like throwing those guys and that
my
one dude
God.
went backwards.
Right. Dude, I gotta tell this story. It's unbelievable. There was this guy on campus of UVA-Wise when I was going there, and his thing was he would like sing to all the women as they walked around the pond and everything.
I know who you're talking
Yeah.
about.
Like,
I know who you're talking about.
belt out to these women.
But he would come to the movie theater.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But we all really liked him.
I loved him. He was ridiculous.
Yeah.
He ridiculous.
And
like,
we would always let him,
love, dude.
we would always like let him in for free because he would just stay there for hours and entertain us. And we were like, I mean, hey, what's up? Glad
he did that everywhere.
Yeah.
And like girls would be walking around, he'd be like, beautiful girl, my heart's melting, babe. Like he would just start belting out these love songs to women. It was ridiculous. But he did ridiculous things, and we were longboarding out in front of the dorms, like me and Chris and a few other people. And he was like, damn, bro, I can skateboard. I've been skateboarding, blah, blah, blah. He's wearing like Timberland boots. Huge guy.
Yeah, he's big.
He looks like the Hulk.
He's
and
big.
it's a longboard. It's not like a regular
you can't do tricks
skateboard.
on it,
Right. It's not a trick skateboard. It's like not a regular like standard skateboard. It's a longboard. Huge, heavy. He's like, I can do a kickflip on that thing.
You can't.
I was like, the fuck? I'll be goddamned if he don't just like pop a kickflip smooth as shit.
Wow.
Like he just fucking ripped. He grabbed that thing and was doing tricks on it like it was a normal sized board. Maybe Steven Seagal is one of those fucking people where you're like,
no,
dude, I would have bet $1 million that guy couldn't have done a kickflip on that skateboard.
That's true. That is
I
true.
would have bet anything he was lying. He was the real deal. What if Steven Seagal is the real
arrogant.
deal?
People who were like super arrogant. I don't know.
Dude, I felt like if you say that you can kickflip a longboard, then you might as well be like, I have a third leg. Do you know what I mean? Like, holy shit, that's ridiculous. And he did it the first try, smooth as butter, man. It was ridiculous. I was like, I'm fucked up right now. This did not just happen. It did. So maybe that's Steven Seagal. Maybe he really... Have you ever seen him in the cage?
Let us know what you think down in the comments.
Let us know what you think down in the comments. I
don't think so.
I definitely think that Steven Seagal is some kind of weird happenstance of craziness because he's mad famous. He's had nothing but success. They let him join the fucking police force and have a TV show about it.
I don't know.
And he gets to pretend like he's... Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Shit's fucking ridiculous. But JonTron put together a great video. I'm glad you finally watched like the whole thing.
It was
and now
very
you get
funny.
the whole picture.
I really like how he would do like the subtitles, and it was like completely different. Than
Oh,
he was,
yeah.
like, narrating it with
Yes.
the subtitles. Yeah, I really like this style of video too.
Yeah, he killed it on this one. His team did a really good job. So if you haven't already, you should go like and subscribe to JonTron's channel and this video and give him some love.
Mm-hmm.
You could do that for us as well if you wanted to. You could like this video, subscribe to our channel, check out the live stream that we do.
Mm-hmm. Every Monday and... Sorry.
No, you're good.
Every Monday and Thursday at 6:30 we go live.
And we have a Discord channel you could join. You could give us reaction recommendations on there. You could do that in the comment section here. That would be really cool. But for this video, I think that's going to do it.
It's going to do it. See you guys.
Bye.